blocked by Aidan Fogarty. Coming forward is Aidan Hart. He's blossomed and it really did well. Ball over for Damien Hayes. Hart has performed well in the league. It's a good ball out to Hayes. Ball inside for Cyril Donlan. They're queuing up, and Owen Murphy brilliantly, and he's there again. It's across the base of the goal and into the back of the net. Despite the heroics of goalkeeper Owen Murphy, Galway get a smashing goal. Ball inside to Damien Hayes with Farrell's Cyril Donlan. Brave goalkeeping by Owen Murphy. Donlan followed up and he hit it into the net. Great stop by the keeper. Donlan pulling it a first time into the net. Good goal. Niall Donoghue into the centre. Michael Rice. Easy ball for Richie Hogan. First score of the match for Kilkenny. Richie Hogan dead straight in front of the post. The men on the line today for Kilkenny, Martin Fogarty and Mick Dempsey. It's a lovely layoff. It's the Portumna boys. Hayes getting the lovely little touch from Joe Canning. David Burke unable to avail of the pass back. Richie Hogan is coming out to right half forward to try and gather possession. Aidan Fogarty from in front of the stand. Will it curl enough? It will. Very good score. Aidan Fogarty coming from top of the left to a right half forward position, receiving the pass from Richie Hogan, and Fogarty takes it with ease. Despite slipping, Colin Camden gets plenty of distance, well gathered however by Walter Walsh. Oh, he's hit a fair shoulder there, and Fergal Moore and Walter Walsh are both down, and you could feel it was a pretty hefty bone cruncher, and there's blood there, as you can see, in Walter Walsh's right arm. Oh, he got a bad gash, and that's despite the helmet. Whatever way they collided there, it was more frontal than anything else, and Fergal Moore also came out the worst of it. Blood substitution required for Kilkenny. That's going to be Matthew Ruth. Obviously Fergal Moore is in serious trouble here, unfortunately. Great concern for both management, selectors, medical team. We now have Fergal Moore up and heading towards hospital. We wish him well. Big round of applause here from the large crowd, fans of all four counties, wishing the Galway captain a speedy recovery. Here's Conor Cooney, one of two St. Thomas's players on the Galway half-forward line. Damien Hayes, who's been winning a lot of ball when he's driven in long. Joe Canning sprays the ball over to the far over side. Far is Aidan Hart. And in a very good scoring position, he avails of the space to score his first point in this league semi-final. Ball into the middle. Andy Smith is underneath it. Another one of the Portumna boys delivering it long. Good ball down towards Cyril Donlan, cutting inside. Call comes from Joe Canning. Damien Hayes has sneaked inside. Look at Damien Hayes. Cyril Donlan calls for it. Sends in a pile driver and Owen Murphy at his near post. And the Kilkenny goalkeeper must have seen that just a little bit late. Cyril Donlan, a rebound, forced Owen Murphy onto his knees there. But good vision, good defending by Owen Murphy. Up goes Johnny Cohen. David Collins anticipated, read it well, cuts it into the middle. Cyril Donlan lays it off as Galway go in pursuit of scores against the wind. This one is hit with conviction and with accuracy. Joseph Cooney with his second point in the league, hit it powerfully, hit it between the posts. Tommy Walsh underneath it. In nips Conor Cooney. Sends the ball quickly in towards Damien Hayes. Crossfield into the centre. Cyril Donlan, the layoff is not great. Could still work out for David Burke. Tries to get through a wall of black and amber jerseys. Four Kilkenny defenders there, and they clear it out of the danger zone. Good play by Kilkenny. Ball popped nicely for Richie Power. 1 against 1, and Colin Callanan! What about that? What about that for a save? Fantastic! Look at this for one of the saves of the season. Kenny with possession, Aidan Fogarty. Oh, that's a magnificent ball to Michael Rice, and he puts it over the bar. Aidan Fogarty's cross was sheer perfection. Spotted Michael Rice coming in, and Rice didn't hang about. Good score. Richie Powers well out of Hurling. Johnny Cohen pulls it out. Gathered this time by Colin Fennelly. Gets by Andy Smith initially. Still Colin Fennelly. On towards Aidan Fogarty. On the turn, and that is over the bar. Powerful. To the point of scintillating hurling by Kilkenny when they step up a gear. The wrist work, the timing, the shooting, perfection. Batted down by Earl Tanya. Tommy Walsh coming in to challenge. Andy Smith is there. Tommy Walsh lays it off quickly. Barras Lester Ryan, has it enough legs? It has. It's his second point of the game. Lester Ryan has blossomed in this season's league campaign. Good score from the middle of the field. Good puck out against the wind by Colin Conlon. Michael Rice. Pass blocked down. Still there for Kilkenny. Andy Smith. Richie Power is the one who gathers it cleanly. Sideline ball going to Kilkenny. Anthony Cunningham is incensed. Dermot Kerwin is coming across to have a word with Anthony Cunningham and telling him to go back to the dugout. Dermot Kerwin is pointing the finger. Anthony Cunningham is not having any of it. And Dermot Kerwin is now going to give him a final warning. Michael Rice take the sideline cut. Gathered by Richie Hogan. Laid off swiftly for his Lester Ryan. On the turn. Hits it over the crossbar. 3 points for the man from Clare. Kilkenny 15 points. Galway 1-6. Johnny Cohen anticipated that well. Backtracking. Lovely stick work. Knew he was about to be hooked. Gets it for David Collins. Kevin Hines is available. But instead, Collins uses Joe Cannon. Comes out around the middle of the field. Long ball down for his Cyril Donlan. Goal scorer the first half. About to start the second half with a point. Good play, Galway. Excellent shooting by Cyril Donlan. Down the centre. Andy Smith leaves it for Joseph Cooney to gather. JJ Delaney underneath it. In comes Paul Murphy. Lays it off for us, the centre half-back Brian Hogan. Cyril Donlan putting the pressure on. David Burke with the sliotar. Damien Hayes with it now. And that is just sneaking inside the post for Damien Hayes' first point in this league semi-final. Almost 3 minutes into the second half. 5 points between the teams. Aidan Fogarty pulls on it first time. Colin Fennelly gets there ahead of Aidan Hart. Steps by the challenge of Paul Killeen, and away goes Fennelly. Crossfield ball comes in towards Richie Barr, who latched onto it. And again, wonderful, wonderful goalkeeping by Colin Callanan. Twice Richie Power has been denied, and even he is shell-shocked. Richie Power should hardly have won this ball in the first place. 10 out of 10 to Richie for winning it, and then cleverly scooped it past, that was his intention at least, Colin Callanan. But what about this for a magnificent save by the Galway keeper? Tommy Walsh battling with Joe Canning. Coming across is Brian Hogan. Barras Michael Rice. Well won. by Richie Hogan. Onto the 20-metre line, swings it to the right and swings it over the bar. Richie Hogan is not just a top-class scorer, but he's a grafter. He works hard here, gets by the challenge of 2 Galway players, which isn't easy, and then scores well. Loose ball picked up by Michael Rice, sent in low to Hogan. His low centre of gravity means he can do things like this, posing serious problems for Kevin Hines. The low ball suits Hogan, given a little bit of space, which he created. He avails of it brilliantly. Up comes Brian Hogan, pulls hard. Stepping in is Lester Ryan, hand passes it to his midfield partner on this particular occasion, on this particular league semi-final, Michael Rice. Nice stick work. Sends the ball up towards Richie Hogan. Kevin Hines is back there, wins this particular tussle, gets in his clearance despite the pressure. Only comes for his Lester Ryan. Ryan dropping this in. 1 against 1. Penalty is there, and there's a touch, and there is a goal. For the second time, Colm Callanan is beaten, but it's not his fault. Sweet ball in from Lester Ryan. Colin Fennelly was there, just got its deft of touches into the back of the net. Long ball, Fennelly went up, just watched the swing, connected beautifully. Callanan was unsighted, ball in the back of the net. Richie Power, battling, Owen Larkin picking up, and off he goes, heading towards the goalposts. Uses the short grip, and Larkin plants it between the posts. His 9th point of the match, and his first from play. 10 points between the All-Ireland finalists of 2012. Henry Shefflin must be well pleased and looking forward, as we all do, to see him back in the Kilkenny jersey shortly. Ritchie has it again, lays it up to the other Ritchie. The Ritchies combine for one of the scores of the day. Brilliant play. Hogan to Power to a point. And surprisingly enough, this is Richie Power's first score of the game, denied 2 goals by the Galway keeper, Colm Callanan. Kevin Hines, but the ball falls kindly for Richie Hogan. Availing of the space, comes back off the post, and Johnny Cohen is there. Stepping away from the challenge of Aidan Fogarty, and Cohen gives it away to Richie Hogan, who avails of the second opportunity to plant it between the posts. 5 points in play for Richie Hogan. Still time for Galway to recover, once they don't concede anything down at the other end now. And that looks likely. There's a chance here for Kilkenny, and that's put over the bar. Killian Buckley signals his arrival into the league semi-final with a point. Kilkenny 123, Galway 115. Up goes Lester Ryan, cleanly catching it ahead of Aidan Hart. Kevin Hines, Killian Buckley, laying it off as Richie Hogan. Spraying that ball over to the far side. Michael Rice, available in space, flicks it between the Galway goalposts for his 2nd point in this league semi-final. David Burke, over for his Andy Smith, stepping inside to the challenge, floating it in and putting it over the bar. Andy Smith's first point, his 2nd in the league campaign. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter a hoot at this stage, because the spirit, the jizz, is gone out of this game for quite a while. There was no Henry Shefflin, no TJ Reid, no Brian Cody, and Kilkenny were still awesome. 7 points the difference